I'm your Bud the Dub. We're going to talk about some shows coming up at the Lido, specifically this one, the album release party for local band Rose Prairie Romance. And I'm happy to say I'm joined by two of the founding members of the band right now, Ryan and Conor. Good morning. How's it going this morning, guys?
It's going really good. Good morning.
That's great. So this is kind of your album release party, which was originally scheduled for June of last year, I think, if I remember right.
April 25th.
There you go.
2020.
You worked hard on this album. It came out. Your show got canceled because the Lido had to shut their doors due to all the kind of mandates and whatnot for COVID-19. This has been quite a long road to finally get to play this show, eh, Ryan?
Yeah, it's been that exactly. We've still been together practicing as a band or hanging out, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's been a long time since we've been able to get in front of people, play these songs, get this album out officially in our eyes, you know.
Yeah,
I guess we're really excited.
Yeah, the official part's interesting because, of course, you guys did do a filmed concert kind of in the fall last year. Just last month, you were at the Peace Valley Folk Fest and you played a show with which I think you said before we got on here was kind of your first show actually playing music since January of 2020 or yeah, 2020. Getting confused on what year it is even right now. So I mean, what was it like to finally get in front of people? Was it weird? Did it feel weird? Were you really nervous about it?
I was more nervous than I thought I'd be, and it was honestly a surreal feeling when you get on stage. And then it was dark when we played, but you could still see just a ton of people having fun, dancing. We had little kids up with their faces up against the stage. It was just, I don't know, I felt really great about it after and was so excited that we were able to finally perform. I'm sure Conor has the same thoughts as me.
Yeah, the one thing that it was, I thought I wasn't nervous at all. I thought I was going to be really nervous, but I think it was almost more of a, let's just get this one over with and try and keep going. You know, it was more of a not like a warm up, but more of a like a, I don't know, just trying to get back into it, just get the feeling of playing again.
Mm-hmm. Now I did want to ask you quickly about this because you guys did have a small lineup change kind of through the year. Because as I understand it, you had one guitar player. His name's escaping me. He kind of helped you record the album. He was with the band for some time. He left the piece. So you've got Daniel Smart playing guitar with you now. Conor, what was that like to have a new member of the band added during a time when you can't just go and play and kind of work out the kinks? Did you guys just rehearse tons to kind of get him into the band and kind of get him to find his place?
Well, it's with Dan. Dan's been around. He's been around town forever.
Yeah.
He's actually played with us before. He's filled in for me a couple of times when I couldn't be around for shows. So Dan had a pretty good understanding of what most of the songs were, how most of them went. But he was a good fit right from the start. I know Ben helped him out with a few solos and a few of his lead parts that Dan had to learn. But apart from that, it's just been getting together and playing. And Dan brings Dan plays a lot different than Ben does, or than Ben did, and so it's just kind of a totally different dynamic, but kind of the same at the same time.
Wow. One last thing I want to talk about before we talk about the album itself. I said this before the show, before you got on, Conor. I said you guys sounded like impressively tight at the Peace Valley Folk Fest. I was not expecting you to sound as good as you did. And Ryan, to you, I had said your vocals sounded...
Neither were we.
Well, there you go. Ryan, I said to you especially, I noticed your vocals were really good. So, it was a downside to not be able to play for the last year and a half, but was an upside that you had the time to sort of work on your craft as musicians, both together and separately?
Yeah, when you lose all your ability to play shows in front of people and you still want to play guitar, play songs, you can't just sit idle. You have to try to improve and tighten up on the little things. And, us getting together as a band all the time, just, playing songs for fun, we had more time to kind of get into it, dissect what we were doing, and, add backup vocals and just add extra stuff to our set that we think maybe might have made it sound a bit tighter to you. I don't really know. We always make fun of each other for the mistakes we make every other song. So we're always laughing because one of us is screwing up on stage somewhere. So
wonderful. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to your album release party coming up on September 25th at the Lido. Tell me a bit about that show. What can we expect to see from Rose Prairie Romance that night, Ryan?
Well, you're going to expect to hear the album, for sure. We're
Awesome.
going to play that thing front to back. We've wrote a whole bunch of new material in a whole album, pretty much. Since we haven't played shows, we wrote a whole bunch of new songs. So we're going to play those for everybody. We've been working on some fun little covers that we think people are going to really get into. And Joseph DeBolte and Last Horse Standing is going to play. Adam Winn's going to play. So there's going to be a good balance of music and different genres and styles. And just, Last Horse and Adam Winn are some of our good friends. So it'll be fun just to get up and play with those guys. And, it'll be a fun night for everybody who goes.
Absolutely. And one final question to you, Conor. You guys obviously have played the Lido several times now. I have to imagine you were at the Tom Petty show a year and a half ago now. What's it like just playing that room? The Lido seems to be such a special place here in Fort St. John for musicians and people who just go to watch shows.
Oh man, it is. It's got to be the best room in town. Something about being on that elevated stage and just the way the whole, set up like a theater, with the floor that swoops up towards the back. And it's just a beautiful room. The PA sounds great. It's always a good atmosphere. There's not much, I don't think there could be any better venue for us to play in.
Awesome. Well, it's always fun to see a show at the Lido, and this show will be especially great, of course, as Rose Prairie Romance playing September 25th at the Lido. You can get your tickets now at thelido.ca. I assume you guys will have albums and merchandise to sell at the show too, eh?
Yeah, you bet.
Yes.
We have CDs, we have vinyl, we have an actual record. Hang on.
Oh, show and tell.
We have an actual vinyl that you can purchase. We have new merch. If you're watching the stream, I have a new T-shirt on. We'll have stuff for sale. If you like the show, we'd love for you guys to come and pick up some merch and represent it around town for us.
Excellent. Well, for more information, thelido.ca again, September 25th, Rose Prairie Romance, featuring Last Horse Standing and Adam Winn. Guys, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with me this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There comes a time when every adult must